So, have you ever daydreamed about selling accent chairs online? I mean, it sounds incredible, doesn't it? You're surrounded by beautiful interiors, stylish products, and you're helping customers spend real money on something they're actually going to love. Well, it can be an absolutely fantastic niche, and today we're going to break down exactly how you can pull it off.
But let's be real for a second. That dream of curating these gorgeous showrooms, it often crashes right into the reality of bulky shipping, the very real risk of delivery damage, and of course, the tech stress of building a website that actually works. A customer might return a chair just because the color is a tiny bit different from what they saw on screen. This is a business where the practical stuff, it really, really matters.
So how do you win? This is the absolute key. Your advantage isn't trying to be the biggest shop with the most chairs. No way. It's being the most helpful. You win by curating amazing styles, making the buying process feel safe and easy, and delivering a genuinely great experience. Okay, let's dive into this.
First things first, you have got to find your focus. Just saying you sell accent chairs is way too broad. That's kind of like saying you sell food. I mean, if you sell everything, your shop just feels like some random generic furniture warehouse, and customers have no idea what you're actually good at or what you stand for.
A great niche could be chairs specifically for small spaces. Think compact, apartment-friendly designs. Right away, your promise to the customer is crystal clear. I sell compact accent chairs that make small living rooms feel perfectly finished. Boom. You instantly have a target audience who knows you're for them. Or you could go in a completely different direction and focus on statement chairs. We are talking sculptural shapes, super trendy boucle fabrics, and bold, hey look at me colors that start a conversation. This niche is all about style, it's about visual impact for really modern interiors.
Another fantastic option is mid-century modern. The appeal here is that it's timeless. You got these classic wood frames, those clean lines, and what that means for you is that you're way less exposed to those crazy fast fashion trend cycles. These pieces just have an enduring style that people always want.
And look, the possibilities don't stop there. You could focus on cozy reading chairs, the kind that come with a footstool, or calm Scandi neutrals, or maybe chairs made from natural materials like rattan. You could even build a whole brand around budget-friendly pieces that are styled to look incredibly expensive. The key is to just choose one lane and own it.
Because ultimately, your niche has to answer one crucial question for your customer, and that is, why should I buy from you and not some massive retailer? And honestly, the best answers always come down to your unique curation of products and the absolute clarity of your message.
Okay, so once you've nailed down your niche, it's time to choose your actual products. Let's take a look at what really sells, and why the little details, especially the fabric, can literally make or break your entire business.
So this table breaks down 4 different ways you could start. Compact tub chairs, they're great for first homes because they're so easy to place. Statement boucle chairs sell on pure visual impact, but you gotta watch out for those trend cycles. Mid-century chairs are timeless for sure, but the quality of that wood finish is everything. And reading chairs, well, they sell a very clear purpose, but the shipping is gonna be bulkier. As you can see, each one has its pros and its cons.
And let's talk fabric for a minute, because when you're selling furniture, managing expectations is everything. Just think about what each texture communicates. Velvet looks so rich and luxurious, right? But you have to be honest with customers that it can mark easily. Boucle is super trendy and cozy, but it can snag if you've got pets. A linen look fabric feels practical and relaxed, but the quality can vary like crazy. And while faux leather is easy to clean, a cheap version can totally undermine a premium look. Your job is to match the fabric to your niche, and then be brutally honest about its characteristics.
Okay, now for the unglamorous part that actually determines whether you make a profit, the plan. This is all about sourcing your chairs, making sure they're good quality, and pricing them in a way that actually keeps you in business. Trust me, this is where success is really made.
With furniture, a quality mistake isn't just annoying, it's expensive. So before you even think about selling anything, you have to run these 6 checks. Does the frame wobble? Is the seat actually comfortable to sit in? Does the fabric feel cheap? And is the packaging good enough to survive a trip with a courier? You have to order samples and test them yourself. It's non-negotiable.
Now, when it comes to pricing, I want you to think in tiers. First, you have your simple entry-level chairs. Then you have your core range. These are your best sellers, the perfect balance of comfort and style. And finally, have a few premium showstopper statement pieces. This kind of structure gives customers choice, and more importantly, it helps you manage your margin.
All right, let's talk about the single biggest profit killer in the entire furniture business, returns. The absolute best way to handle returns is to prevent them from ever happening in the first place. And that all comes down to your product page.
So how do you do it? How do you actually stop those costly, painful returns before the customer even clicks that buy button? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple.
You remove every single possible surprise. Most returns happen because the item was bigger than they thought, or smaller, a different color, or just not as comfortable as they imagined. So the key is this: be absolutely obsessive with your details. Give every single dimension, describe the comfort level, explain the fabric's texture and sheen, and even give notes on the color tone, like saying it's a warm beige versus a cool gray.
Okay, let's bring this all together. Your customers are spending a lot of money, so they need to trust you. This final section is all about building a shop that feels clear, calm, and professional, without you having to suddenly become a tech wizard overnight.
A trustworthy site really just needs a few key things. You need collections that are organized by style so people can browse easily. You need crystal clear delivery and returns pages. You absolutely need those hyper-detailed product pages we just talked about. And, my personal favorite, a Help Me Choose guide. This little addition instantly positions you as that helpful expert we talked about right at the start.
Now, if the thought of building all of that yourself feels totally overwhelming, hey, you're not alone. The good news is, you don't have to be a tech expert to get started. For anyone who wants to launch without all that stress, there are services out there like Make Local for Global that can set up an entire online shop for you.
They offer a complete, professional setup that is basically ready to go, and the cost for something like this is surprisingly accessible. We're talking just £99 per year. And that price typically includes everything from the setup and the hosting to clean product pages and all the necessary legal documents. Plus, you get support in plain English. It's really a route designed for people who want to focus on their amazing products, not on writing code.
So let's end with this thought. The way you succeed in selling furniture online is not by trying to outstock the massive, faceless warehouses. It's by competing with confidence. Confidence in your curated styles, confidence in your honest product details, and confidence in your commitment to a great customer experience. That is how a small shop wins.